queue. It is now being recorded. So let me go back and get some of that. These items here are from your project data, and you just adjust what goes in here, and that comes from your letter of intent. And you just what comes in here from your letter of intent, and what comes in here from your letter of intent. Okay, so that's that one. General notes just show up as you go. Well, not general notes, but your view list and your sheet list just show up. Proposed use case, project zoning. Your zoning is listed in the discussion board. Leah posted it. The local services are also posted in there. Similar projects are posted in the discussion board, and it's the Baptist Church Amicus group. And so you'll just list some data about it and how it got approved. It got approved as emergency transitional housing. Now, ours is not emergency transitional housing, but it is transitional housing. And you would put the map of where they are. I went over this one on, I think, Monday or Tuesday. So the project utilities, we don't have the existing utilities. We don't know what they are or where they are. We know there's a leach field. We know that they're on San Diego Gas and Electric, and we know that they're on a water system that can deliver something. But that's really it. And so we're going to leave that one blank. Remember to come and get rid of these things where it doesn't make sense to have them. You double click on it. Come down to this note in the lower left. Go to custom. Click the display name and blank it. And I just go space, space, space. When all these ones that don't have a scale, that's what you're supposed to do. And then I just double click.
Do we need to draw the similar project map, or is that just a
yes? Yeah,
okay.
You do need to draw that, but it should be pretty quick. When we look it up, let me just go to you're going to get that. And let me just do the car thing. So you're basically just going to have that, and you can list this as Hamul, and this is El Cajon. So that'll be like a 5 or a 10 minute one, and you can even put 17 minutes, 9 miles, so that people know, okay, this isn't weird. It really is local, and it really is similar. And that's the goal with this, so that you're not trying to put one over on the planning authority.
And the letter of intent, is that located somewhere? I'm sorry,
Yep.
I don't know how I missed that.
Okay, the letter of intent is in the project requirements.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you.
And whoops, it's here. So in the weekly resources, and there's a template for you to fill out. And there's a bunch of work in it actually. So now I'm pulling this afternoon if I get a chance. It might not be until tomorrow morning, so you'll do the best you can. There's a ton of foster youth data in the Discord channel that I'm going to pull over and put in the discussion, and I'll let you guys know. the Social Explorer group really did some good stuff. And so there's a bunch of stuff, but you know, this doesn't have to be perfect. The idea is that you understand the scope of what gets turned in one of these, right? And that you have to be clear, you have to be plain, you can't hide anything, you just need it on the table. And so this is a great way to do it. Okay, compliance statements. Most of these are just leave them alone. But this one, you know the zoning, you know the square feet, you know how many are on there. These are all from the work that was put in from Leah. So you can fill this out. Just go to that one and type it in. This is compliant zoning built area. What is it? It's RR. And total lot square foot. I don't know what it is. And you can change that to acres if you want. Isn't it something like 2.4 acres?
I think it was like 2.02 or something like that.
Yeah,
I
something.
remember like that.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm doing a really poor job right here.
So then we would just put in at the beginning, before the equal sign, what the actual thing is, and then leave
Yep.
the other words in there.
Yep.
Okay.
And then if you need to, you can, get these. You can. It's not very easy. Like they don't really have right justify and left justify. It's kind of a pain in the wazooper. But if you can get all the equals to line up, that's good. That one will take just a little bit. But just go in and get those ones done. And here it is, proposed. Right? And so this just makes it plain. It's all actually right over here, but you're just whapping them in the face. RR, RR. Existing variance, none. Proposed use, proposed variance, none. There. That way, the planning commission goes, oh, this will be easy. Now, this next one, so foster youth are mostly supported through federal grants. So if there's anything dealing with foster youth, this is going to be supported in some way through federal grants. So yes, there is going to be federal funding. And so yes, you're going to need to do AFFH. So you just go back to your final exam and all that work we did and list a couple of things that this helps with. Now these last three you can leave blank. Okay. Existing site plan, we talked about that one already. This is mostly there. It's got my scale. It needs a north arrow. It needs tags on the property lines. It needs to finish all of this up. Topo plan and drainage should both show up somewhat like that. Just showing where things are, and this is existing. Proposed site. Now this is where you'll get into it. So any questions on those three, on the two existing site plan sheets? Okay, then on the proposed, any questions on that? And I was showing Leah that I've seen, this was a great idea to take this all the way around. That way a truck can pull this into place, unhitch, and leave. Or it can come in, hook up, pull straight out, get around that corner, and leave. So that was the idea for this. These can also be set perpendicular or radially, but I think with this outer rim, it's harder to do. If they're radially, I think they need to come through the center. So it wouldn't look so much like that, but it would look more like this area would be part of that crosshatch, and you would pull in, unhook and leave, pull in, unhook and leave, pull in, unhook and leave. So 2 different ways. And so I just said, well, it's, they're tiny houses. That's the client's preference. And let's get that spelled right.
Do you ever? This is where I'm currently at, is on this particular picture. Do you have a recording of? I was having some issues trying to draw like a path line. The one that's currently there, I was
Okay.
kind of playing around with that, but it wasn't coming out very clean.
So it can be tough. Let me do one over here. So that's insert. Sorry, it's annotate a region. Okay. And so I like to do arcs when I do regions. Let's say that's my region. Now the trick is, if any of these cross, overlap, have a gap, anything like that, it's hard. So you need to do this fillet command just in case. But they're all okay. But let's say I had this one kind of like that. If I try to go, okay, it goes, oh no, you got to get rid of that. So I like to do the fillet to get rid of it. So that's one of the
Also,
big deals. Yeah.
For Eric, I believe it's on Wednesday or Thursday's recording of last week. If you wanted to see how he did the whole driveway around, I had to go through there a couple times.
That's exactly where I'm at on Thursday. I think that's Thursday then.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I had to go go in mine so that I could do it all the way around. So I finished mine all the way around to bring it out there.
Right. And I went in, and instead of editing this one, because it does get hard down here, I just made a new one. And I think I also showed you how to make a new hatch. Right, to duplicate
Yes,
it.
I believe so. Yes.
So and just do the best you can with it. You're going to get more practice in the next 3 weeks. So I'm really, with this one, I'm most interested in that you're getting the idea of all the things that you present, so the planning commission doesn't have questions. You think of every single question that you can possibly come up with, and you answer them on your drawings and in your letters.
So I just finished the stormwater prevention plan. I finished that one. Well, actually, I guess I didn't do the bottom right one. But so after that one, as far as like the proposed topo.
Yeah, so you can, I would say we're far enough along the week that I would just leave these ones blank right now, because we're not really doing a lot of retopoing. And I'm going to talk a little bit about power and stuff, but we'll do more on that in the next project, and you won't have to struggle quite so much getting it all set up and everything.
Okay,
So,
so the 2.3 through 2.6 we can leave blank for now.
right. And
Awesome.
and
Thank you.
what sometimes people will do is they'll go into this and literally you just say to follow. You know, you just put something like that in there.
Awesome. Thank you.
And then you can click on that and you can make it big. And you can either center it or a lot of times they'll put it right down here. That way they know that, or you can write intentionally left blank or something like that. So they're not going, am I missing something? Did I not get something? Why is this like this? So you can just put that on each one of those. I think you guys have a pretty nice plan. I mean, this is the first one you've ever done, and we're doing it in 2 weeks. So you can go ahead and just leave those 4 blank.
Okay, awesome. And then as far as the detail sheets, so there's that one. So I already drew mine out, so I just need to find which one I did and give them credit for it.
Yep.
But then on the next one, on the next detail sheet, the next one down, so we just find any plumbing plan
Yes.
and then we draw that in there.
Yeah, and I think I typed in mobile home plumbing plan or tiny house plumbing plan, and I just looked at something. I know there's going to be a water tank and a pump, so I tried to find one that had a water tank and a pump, and that's good enough for now, right? They'll get into the details of sizing it and this and that and the other thing. Cool. So let's even just find that.
Sounds good. Thank you.
A basement in a tiny home would be pretty cool.
What's that?
I was thinking a basement in the tiny home would be pretty cool for space.
That would.
That's actually a really good idea.
So this is another pretty good one, I think. That's another pretty nice looking one, right? Because it's kind of showing how things are. You know, it's showing that you got the vent pipe. This is a really nice one. Basically, water supply inlet, water lines to the hot water heater. I mean, this is just nice. Another very, very nice one. Cool. So, you know, I just typed it in. Here's another good one. If you wanted to open that one up, and any of these would be, well, that one's hard to read. Never mind. This one looks like this one, but in color. Doesn't it look almost the same? Oh, it's cut off. So that's probably why. This wouldn't be bad. You could kind of trace that out. Well, kind of hard to read. But you get the idea on what's up with that.
So as long as it includes all of the piping and the plumbing and things like that.
Yeah, so
Okay. And then do we need to also make sure that we're giving credit or putting the link in there for that one as well?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, you want to say that it was taken from a certain site or this or that, because really that's the best info. They're going to go back and go, oh, cool. I want to see about all that. So cool. Okay. Any other questions?
From what we said earlier before we recorded, in regards to the saving the project, and I was
Okay.
doing it the template.
Okay.
I would assume I can erase all the other templates in there and just
Yes.
keep one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can. So it just erase the previous. Make sure you're keeping the last one that you did. And so let's go over that again. If you ended up saving yours as a template instead of a project.
I can show you mine if you want to see what it looks like in case somebody else is running into that problem too. I have a whole bunch.
Okay, but let me just.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. So do you want to go ahead and go through it and actually do it? That would be cool.
I was thinking that. You can walk me through it.
Yep. Why don't you pop your screen up?
Okay. Let's see here. I'm trying to find the share. Where's the share?
It's the little up arrow next to the hand. In between the hand and the 3 dots.
There we go.
There we go.
Can you see everything fine?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just going to open it.
Nope, don't even bother opening it.
Oh, okay.
If you know which one it is. Start new. Say new.
From the models, correct?
Yep, new model. And click on browse for the template. Now go find your template.
There's a few in here.
That looks like the most current
That's the one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, now do file save as. Project. There you go.
Awesome.
Okay. And call it Hamul or whatever.
Yeah, I'll fix that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and that should save it as, yep, it says an RVT, a Revit file. So now we know how to do that. And
that was helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, that happens all the time. It's like, oh darn. And these things will take up a lot of space.
Yeah, it happened in another class too, and I was like, I don't know how to change it. So,
okay.
That was helpful. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, I erased it and crossed my fingers.
Okay. Any other questions that I can answer?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Then let me click.
I think I'm good now as well. Thank you.
All right, then I'm going to stop the recording.